Hey warriors, today we're going to build this Skyrim inspired house. I was playing Skyrim a little bit ago and I came across, I think it's Igran's house, and I was like, maybe I could build this in Valheim. So it's inspired by that. It's not a one-for-one copy, but it definitely inspired it. So if you want to build this house, come build it along with me. It'll be complete with most of the crafting stuff that you need for early game. The only thing you can't really get in early game is the archway, but you can always add that in later, or console command it in. It's complete with storage area, so you got a lot of storage for early game, your forge, your crafting table, your mead barrel, and everything you need for your comfort. We're going to start off by placing 3 beams down at the gable end, so it's going to be a 3x6 build, so 1, 2, 3, and then 6 across. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and then the same again at the other end. Then we're going to add in our flooring, add it all the way to both ends. Then after you've done that, we're going to add in our wall. Try and keep them level if you can. Sometimes they'll snap to the beam or they'll snap to the floor and it'll make them higher and lower. That just happens, just delete the lower ones and just finish the box off like so. Next we're going to add a balcony area. We're going to build this all the way to each end, and it's going to be 2 tiles thick. Just like so. So we're going to go out by 2 tiles there. Then we're going to build the balcony part of it. I'm going to use these beams to measure up so we can get in our big support beams. You can use core wood for this, or you can just keep with the traditional wooden beams. It's up to you. I've gone for the core wood look. Add some steps at the front and side. I was going to add 2, but I changed my mind halfway through the build because I wanted the core wood balconies to line up. Complete the balcony. If you're struggling to measure things up, just put beams across and you can line it up really easily. That way it creates extra snapping points like so. After that we're going to put in a door. I will later change this for a double door. I was going to use a single door, but then I just wanted to make it that extra a little bit bigger. You can now finish the wall. You can go all the way around if you want, but I did the right front and the right gable end first. Doesn't matter. It's not. It doesn't really matter which end you do. You can box it all in if you want. So yeah, it doesn't matter if you box it in or not. It's up to you. Then we're going to use the wooden beams for measurements as well. I do keep them in for aesthetics at the end, but it's just basically so I can measure the core wood poles. 1 core wood pole down. It's going to create an extra snapping point on top as well. Okay, now you can either use console commands to fly or build some scaffolding. I'm going to build a couple of ladders just to show you how to do it without console commanding. Place your center beam. Place your T-bar in. Place the sides in. Let's create your triangle. Put your big X on top so it looks like your beams cross through each other. Narrow the hole down. Put the wooden fence in. This is optional. This is purely for aesthetics. It's a bit of a pain in the ass, so you don't have to do it if you don't want to. And the other side. You can now throw in these wooden poles here, the core wood. I'm going to remove the top 2 core wood and just put wooden beams instead because I think it would look better. So let's do that. Put the wooden beam on that snap point there. Finish your box if you didn't do it already. And now we're going to add the roof. I find it easier to do the roof this way on these lower buildings. So line it all up. Put your cap on the top. I'm going to be deleting this later in this build for me because that's where I'm going to put my fireplace. At this point I hadn't decided that yet. So build 3 out. 1 down to add the support. And then just continue with building the roof. Again, add supports if it turns red because I've not boxed mine in yet. After you've finished boxing in, repeat the gable end process on the left side gable end. Now we're going to delete these 2. We're going to add some shape to the house now. We're going to put these eye corners in. Let's stick out like so, creating the triangle on the front. This is what led me to be putting the other door in. We're going to put another 45-degree slant on top. Like that. I'm going to add another door. Just like so. Then we're going to chonk it out by putting the 45-degree beams on the rims. I mean, that already looks good anyway, but I'm also going to add some support beams, make it a little bit stronger, not that it needs to be. And then I'm going to do a overhanging roof, just for a little bit more depth. And a shadow cast when the sun hits it right. Okay, we can now get our half roof in there. That's what the overhang is designed to do, is turn a full 45-degree roof into a half 45-degree roof. And if you want, you can chunk it up again by putting the next beams on. Just put these back there. Let's make them line up. I've got so many snap points, oops. Yeah, got so many snap points now. I'm going to do a 26-degree on the edges of the roof just to get that outswept look. I mean, you could just leave it like that if you wanted to and that'd be fine, but I'm going to create a little archway. Got to change it up a little bit from the original source. But yeah, I thought this might look better. And then again, we're going to do our overhanging roof trick here. Just so we can get that half tile in. There we go. And same on the other side. There we go. This side do the same thing. Technically you can just complete the build there, but I'm going to delete the little sticky out bit now, chunk up the edges. I'm going to do the same overhanging roof principle on the sides. .45-degree. This one gets a little bit tricky because it's got 2 roofs. It's got a 45 and a 26. This side is going to be the 26 one. It should fit nicely on this side because of the outsweep all the way down to the balcony. If not, just put another one in there and there you go. Repeat the process all the way around and on the other end as well. You can also fill in the back. It's just a normal sweep on the back. You don't have to do anything fancy there. go to the other gable end, repeat the process that you've just done. Like so. And see, we're going to put a cap on the top of this one as well, just to make it a little bit easier to fill in that top bit. So like that, let's put our cap on. There we go. And just like that. Chunk it out if you want. Put our big cross on. I was going to see how it looks with a smaller one, but the big one fits so much better. I liked that a lot more. This is the archway that you won't be able to get till later on in the game, you know, or if you console command it in, but I put that in because the original image did have an archway like this, so I just put it in there. And then we're going to fill in the top gap with the full triangle beams here. And then we're going to do the same on the inside. After we've done that, we're going to create our crafting area. So we're going to go 3 floor tiles back to create our first little ladders. And then we're going to create our flooring area, which will be 2 deep. Then we can add lighting if you wish. Like so. Then we're going to add a campfire and build a chimney going all the way up to the top. So we'll delete this piece of roof here. The fire will go out in a minute because it's raining. But then build your chimney all the way up to the top. Your typical Valheim chimney, which are ugly. I don't like them, but you know, what can you do? Frame it all in to make it look as nice as possible, and then go put your cap on the top of it. Then create your storage area underneath if you want to. Should fit about 5 or 6 chests under here. Then we can put our crafting bench in with our forge. Our upgrade tools for the forge. Our upgrade tools for the crafting bench, which is the chopping block, adze and tanning rack. Don't forget to add your bucket and your grindstone as well. Tanning rack. I like to keep this kind of stuff outside. I think it looks good for the aesthetics. And there you have it. Your Skyrim inspired home. Right guys, I hope this was enjoyable for you. I hope you can build this nice easy house, a starter house for your starting adventure in the meadows. And let me know your thoughts down below. I think it's not a bad little house. I like it. Alright guys, thank you very much for watching the video. Give it a thumbs up, like, comment, share and subscribe. I'll catch you in the next one real soon.